Hello everyone. In today's tutorial, we'll create a simple talk camera. What is a talk camera? Simply put, it is the camera used when the player talks to an NPC in a fixed conversation setup. Here we have an NPC. Let's walk up to it and see the result. The camera moves to a position where both characters are visible, and it can rotate around a point between the two characters. It is not a fixed camera. To do this, we need to pass this NPC into the camera as an external variable. Create a new camera asset and name it CT_Testal_Camera. To receive an actor from outside, add an exposed variable named NPC, with the type set to actor. Right-click and add a getNPC node to retrieve the actor passed in from outside. Add a position between actors node. This node calculates a position between two actors with an additional z-axis offset. Set the first actor to Ctrl pawn and the second actor to NPC. Alpha determines a point between the first actor and the second actor. Next, add an internal variable named pivotPosition and set it using the result returned by the previous node. Add a setRotation node. Set source to from two actors. Set the first actor to Ctrl pawn and the second actor to NPC. Note that rotation offset applies an additional rotation offset on top of the rotation formed from the first actor to the second actor. We'll leave it empty for now. Next, set up the logic on the start chain first, add a control rotate node, then configure actor source and input action. Add a rotation constraints node. You can configure this according to your preference. Add a camera offset node, pass in the pivot position we set earlier, and expose the camera offset pin. We'll pass this offset in from outside. Add a collision push node and a field of view node. Go to the level blueprint and configure the camera asset we just completed. Here, both NPC and camera offset need to be exposed, then assign the corresponding values. Return to the level and check the result. The camera moves behind the player character as expected, and the distance is relatively far. One issue is that collision does not seem to be working. First, change camera offset to -150. This is a more suitable initial value. Then go to the collision push node and set pivot actor source to controlled pawn. Finally, set the rotation offset on the set rotation node. Set the yaw and pitch offsets to -25 and -10. Here, I set the two values in the wrong order. Let's go back to the camera asset and fix it. Now the result is correct. Let's try it from another angle. The rotation result is not ideal this time, so in actual development, you need to choose a suitable initial camera angle based on the current angle. The key point of this tutorial is using the begin play node to initialize the camera rotation and calculate the pivot position used later. This can be applied to many initialization workflows.